Hey guys, J-Man here, and the weekly X-Men talk is going to happen now. So let's take a look at the latest issue. Oh, of course I don't have it on top because I wasn't prepared. All right, so we're looking at House of X number 5. There is Apocalypse, as we all know. All right, so this was an important one because it was the red band. Remember, some of the issues have the red, so that means that this was an important one to talk about, and it's pretty damn awesome. It is pretty damn awesome. Oh yeah, spoilers, of course. It's gonna be minor. Well, no, it's gonna be spoilers, but not major spoilers. I'm not gonna tell you the whole thing because I want you guys to read it, and you want you to read it. So I'm gonna show you the 5. So we got 5 mutants that are really important in this series, and it's going to explain a lot. Like, firstly, how the hell are all these dead people coming back to life? Well, it's comic books, so they get back to life because they just do. However, we have a pretty good explanation as to why, and it involves these people right here. Okay, so let's talk about who these people are, because I know some of them, but I don't know all of them. I made notes. I know I hate reading off notes. I like things to be more organic and just talking, but I also don't want to appear to be a moron, so I did make some notes. One character's name is Gold Balls. I've never seen this character before. Proteus, I know. Elixir, I know. Tempest, don't know. And Hope, obviously I know who Hope is. So those are the 5 that are very important. They all have a role to play in bringing back dead mutants, along with Professor X and some of Sinister's gathering of all the DNA and powers and all that. So the way it works, I'm going to explain this to you. Gold Balls creates gold balls. So I guess they did nothing. I don't know. I don't know who the character is. But apparently his gold balls are actually eggs. So that's been found out. And then Proteus can alter reality. So he can make it like the balls can become, or the eggs can actually become like viable eggs. They're not just eggs. Like they become viable. Elixir can kickstart the life process. Did he always have that power? Let me know in the comments. And then Tempest can like somehow manipulate the growth, I guess, to get the dead characters to the certain age that they need to be at. And then Hope, we know she can enhance the powers and she can synchronize all the powers. And then Professor X has Cerebro's backup system, so he's got their minds and all that, so he can put their minds back in. So that's how that works. And you can see in the beginning here, they kind of explain that process, right? Polaris. This issue started out with Polaris. There's Polaris right there. So very happy that Polaris was in there because I do like Polaris a lot. I've also met Emma Dumont, and I've got me and her pictures up there. You can't see it from this angle. All right, so Scott and Jean are back. I mean, is this even a spoiler? Like, we know they're back. They explain the process. They introduce all the X-Men who had died. Storm introduces them all. Everyone cheers, yay, mutants, and everyone's all excited. Oh, they're all naked here. If this was a DC Black series, we'd get to see all their privates, but we don't here. We don't get to see Jean naked. Oh well, we'll have to just stream on. Okay, what else we got? Yep, so the first part of this comic is a bit, I mean, they're just going through the motions of bringing everyone back, but I do like the explanation, and I kind of like how they did the science, and they give you this. Now, these are the white pages that we always see in this issue. You can't see them. There you go. These were some of the best white pages in my opinion, because I really liked reading about this process and how it works. And it makes me realize that, Hickman really did think this out. It wasn't just a bunch of crap that was just written just for the hell of it. I like the mutants that were selected, and there's even backup mutants. Like they talk about how Proteus, his power, he's gonna get worn out. So like they always create an extra Proteus to have around. And then we get into some politics, which I'm gonna skip by. You can read all about that. And then Apocalypse was on the cover, so that's not a big spoiler. But yeah, there he does appear in the end there, in the bottom. So yeah, and I'm not going to really say much more. That's basically the gist of what happens. But the next one is Powers of 10 number 5, and then House of X 6, and then Powers of 10 number 6. That's another red band one, so that's another big one. Okay, so as you all know, I'm loving this series. It's getting better and better. Do I still love it? Yes, I do still love it. Am I still excited? Yes, hell yeah, I'm excited. And those 5 characters, I always liked Hope, obviously, but the other characters, like, I wasn't dying over them, but, I'm kind of getting pumped up for them now. I really like how they've created these 5. I think some of the special things in this series is the fact that we've taken some mutants who have maybe just been around or haven't been used to their full potential, and Hickman is bringing that out, but he's not bringing it out at the expense of other characters. Like, I'm tired of hearing, oh, Jean and Scott, we're sick of these guys, or Beast or whatever. Well, I like the original X-Men. I genuinely like the original 5 X-Men. They're probably in my top 10 favorite X-Men characters. The original 5 are all in the top 10. Right? Obviously, like Nightcrawler, Colossus, Wolverine. Who else? I like Havoc. I like Polaris. Is that my top 10? Maybe right there. I like Banshee. Is that too many now? Yeah, whatever. You know what I mean. I love all the characters. They're great. So it's definitely worth getting this series. My comic book store had these little posters, which I took. I don't know if these are old. I think they're old, but I didn't see them at the comic store last time, or when this came out, and I got also Powers. So maybe I'll put these up somewhere in my room of rooms. But yeah, great series. It's still going great. I think it's, something really special. We'll see how it all ends. But this is one of these ones where it's an important one to read. I like the scientific breakdown. I like that it wasn't just, saying, oh yeah, they've got these powers and that's it. I like the explanation. Some of the white pages in the previous issues weren't anything to die over, at least not in my opinion. Maybe they mean something more now. If I go back and read them, I'm like, oh yeah, But the last few issues have had pretty good ones. This one especially. It also talks about the different nations and who's accepting the mutant drugs and who's not, and why they're not accepting it. So I kind of like that as well. But we're still not sure about how Professor X is, and we haven't seen Moira. Have we seen her? I don't think we've seen her. What the hell? Where is she at? So maybe we'll find out next week. But yeah, really excited. The dawn of X is upon us. All those issues are coming out. I'm going to get them all. I'm getting them all, and I will review them all, or at least talk about them, because I'm not really reviewing anything. I'm just talking to you about it. But if you enjoy these as much as I do, let me know, and we will talk further. Anyway, guys, that's it, and I will see you next Wednesday.